let's take a live look over Bryson City. Definitely cloudy out there. It looks like, from my vantage point, like it just finished raining in the air. Kind of wet. Roads are wet. But the cars are out. No traffic there. Let's bring in meteorologist Andrew Brightman. See, Andrew, my camera's here for me to be able to look at everything. That's why I'm looking over there and let everybody know. But looking outside and what we can expect. Tell us what's on our way.
A lot of rain, especially once we look to the west of Charlotte, the foothills, the mountains. By the time we get to Friday evening, some places may pick up, believe it or not, 20 inches of rain, and we are really concerned about the flood potential. 80 degrees right now as you step out the door. Dew points in the upper 60s. It's humid. There's all the flood alerts that we're talking about, and they go all the way until Friday afternoon. Anyone highlighted in green, we have a flood watch in effect, getting close to some of the suburban communities around Charlotte, but we are really concerned about dangerous amounts of rain once we get up into the mountains. We always talk about upsloping flow. We're going to see a lot of that as Helene passes to our west, and that is going to act as the atmosphere basically squeezing a sponge all of the moisture out of the atmosphere, and we are really concerned about that. Pinpoint radar right now, for the most part, quiet. A couple of sprinkles as we get up towards Burke and Caldwell County, but we do expect more showers and storms on the way as we get later on in the afternoon. So this is the setup out ahead of the storm system. There's our frontal boundary starting to make its way into the eastern third of the country, and this is going to be right out ahead of Helene. Also, this is going to be aiding some of the rain potential that we're going to see with this storm system. More on that in a moment. There's a center of circulation. My in-laws, believe it or not, are actually in Cancun right now. They are safe, but the storm system is just off the coast, heading off to the north out into the open Gulf of Mexico. The water is warm, and also that warm water is very deep, so there is a lot of fuel for this storm system, and why we're expecting this storm to rapidly intensify into a Category 3 major hurricane before we see a landfall likely here at some point during the afternoon and evening hours tomorrow. From there, Helene is going to head off to the north, start turning back off to the north and west, and we're going to be on the eastern side. We talk about this all the time, the eastern side of the storm being the dirty side of the storm where we could see severe weather. Back to what I was talking about with that frontal boundary. Here's some of the steering winds that we see. Why is this important? Well, it's called a jet streak, and some portions of this jet streak, there's a lot of rising air, what we call divergence aloft. Basically, there's going to be a lot of rain developing out ahead of this storm system, and it's actually going to help to supercharge some of the moisture that's going to be moving into portions of the Carolinas. You can see what I'm talking about here. There's sort of almost looks like a tongue of rainfall out ahead of Helene. That's the impact of that jet streak that I'm talking about. You can see the center of circulation making its way towards the Big Bend of Florida. No major changes here with the forecast track. And as we get to early Friday morning, you see that storm continuing to move off to the north, direct hit potentially directly over Atlanta, and then heading off to the west and eventually starting to spin itself out, but still could see some scattered showers as we go through the rest of the week and the weekend. Wind potential, really concerned about those hurricane force winds close to the Florida coast, the west coast of Florida here as we go throughout Thursday. And then we could see those really strong, maybe major hurricane force winds here towards the Big Bend of Florida. Some of the same places that were impacted by Idalia last year could see almost a direct hit again from Helene as we go throughout Thursday afternoon and Thursday evening. Also, we're concerned about the tornadic activity that we're going to be seeing with this storm system here as we go throughout the Thursday evening hours. And this is something that could impact the Carolinas down the road. Let's talk more about that. Futurecast as we go throughout the rest of today. We see those storms developing across the mountains, and we're concerned about heavy rainfall already later today. From there, as we head into your Thursday morning, we see scattered showers. The rain starts to move in Thursday afternoon. Scattered showers and storms expected as we go throughout the afternoon into the evening hours. These are some of the direct impacts now of the storm moving in. But as we go from the overnight into the morning hours, this is going to be the time frame where we could see severe weather. Notice right here, this is where we're concerned about maybe tornadic activity Friday morning. By about midday, though, it starts to lift out, and we will see our weather improve. So your pinpoint 7-day forecast, both Thursday and Friday, are pinpoint weather alert days, concerned about rain, wind, as well as some severe weather. I'll talk more about the winds, Alicia.
All right,
a little bit later on the hour.
Thank you for that. And I love that you're getting that in-law credit there. You know, being a meteorologist. I like it. I like it.